Alright guys, what is going on? How are you all doing? Welcome back to another video on the David Hammond Visuals YouTube channel. Lewis, the man, is behind the camera, and today guys, we're downtown for this reason here. This is why you click the video. This is a film camera, okay? The exact one, the Minolta X700. And today guys, I'm going to be showing you a little behind the scenes of how I shoot film photos. We're going to get them developed, just have a good time, tips and tricks along the way, so let's get that going. Alright, so there's a dude right back there, like an accountant kind of guy. He looks really cool, so I'm gonna try to snag it real quick and then just dip. Sometimes you gotta get the close one, so you do not make it obvious, just wait. Guys, watch the flow. I have no clue with film, guys. That's the thing. There is no screen. You're literally just kind of firing in the dark, so hopefully that looks good. But depth, composition, also you guys need to keep in mind that film cameras are full manual, so it will take you a little bit longer to compose that shot. So what I would say is if you're waiting for a composition to already happen, focus it, get it ready, let that person or that car, that object hit you, and then snap, and you're good to go. Next shot. All right, did you film that? Yeah. Good? Yep. So what I've noticed, as you guys saw with the hot dog and that homeless guy that I took a picture of, is what I've noticed is try to be quick, okay? Because I'm still learning this whole film thing too. I've done a bit of street photography, but try to be quick. The longer you linger around, the more they're gonna get suspicious. That's pretty obvious. So the first guy in the booth, he ended up hiding in his booth because he thought like I was doing something. So now I know, kind of go, the shot might not be perfect, but sometimes an imperfect photo is better than no photo. So on to the next one. Alright, so what we did is we switched it from the 50 to the 28 mil because we're in the mall warming up, but I want a bit more of like a landscape wider shot, and that's because you can see all of, like, look at the lights. You want to point to there? Let's see what we can do. Just hold it. Alright guys, so we're at Dundas Square, I believe this is. I'm gonna try to get a couple shots of the skaters because they're the only kind of like focal point I see that's kind of cool around me, so maybe I'll ask. I got a few candidates, but I think I'm gonna ask you guys, so be on the lookout. Yeah, like literally like. I guess like, kind of like, I guess, I don't know man, I guess like, yeah, like right there. Alright, so skater clips, I have no clue if they're in focus. I think some of them were pretty stoked on that. Lewis started filming, vlogging himself in like a bunch of like, what, 15-year-olds? Like maybe like 10 of them swarmed him, so I got one of the shots of them. It wasn't too crazy, but it was funny, so shout out to Lewis for the footage. Anyways, we're now heading to the downtown camera place, about 5 minutes away. I have about 6 exposures left on this until I get this film developed, so hopefully we see a couple more shots and then I'll get home, edit them, touch them up, give you guys more tips, so let's go. So, killing off the film, we have 3 shots left. One of the backdrop with the Leica right there. I got 2, come here. We got 2 shots of this backdrop with all of the cameras there, and I have 2 more shots left, so I might take it off Lewis, and then that's it. And guys, what is going on? How are you all doing? Welcome back to the video. It is about a week later, so I guess I'm welcoming myself back to the video. It's about a week later. We have the photos, the film photos, all developed. Hope you guys enjoy this little composition. We got the mic. We have this little area up there where I put the photos to show you guys, and I have a screen recording. So I just wanted to show you out of the, I believe there's like, yeah, it's an entire roll, so about 24 photos, how they look like, kind of my editing process behind them, and just my overall thoughts now back home, able to really just dissect and see the photos for what they are, because you guys got to keep in mind with film photography, there's no viewfinder in the sense where you can just replay or rewatch your image. You can't look at it. Once you take it, it's gone to the photo universe. You just pray to the photo gods that it turns out well. Okay, so with that said, let's jump over into Lightroom. So we have the photos, starting off with the first one I took. So the first photo, it is of this, the train, the little bus. I love the way this turned out. I have no clue what these things are up here. I don't know if that's a reflection that caught from like mirrors. I have no clue, but I absolutely love it. Now, as far as editing goes, guys, I'm very minimal, especially with film photography. I really don't edit at all. In fact, I don't even think I'm going to edit this one. Most times it's just adding a bit of contrast, maybe a bit of sharpness if it's out of focus, or bring up the exposure. That looked beautiful the way it is. So yeah, the next shot was when I was trying to shoot that guy to show you guys in between the mirrors. Now it worked, and it does look kind of cool because you can see the reflections behind, but it wasn't what I was going for. You really can't even see this guy in here just simply because of the reflections of the buildings. Now it does look kind of cool. I'm not too stoked on it, to be honest. I'd give this like a 4 out of 10, but the thought was there. The next one, this is when we started moving over to the food carts, right, of the people. I have no clue what happened here. I think just like a massive lens flare or light leak from the, hitting the sensor. I can't see anything. Not too stoked. This one was okay. It's definitely out of focus, much more than I want it to be. Like, you can see her in there. So what I would do to here, as I did get these exported as JPEGs, I would just bring up the exposure maybe a little bit, bring up the shadows a tad, maybe even the highlights a little bit, just to allow it to pop. I'm actually not going to bring that. Yeah, like that. Before, after. So yeah, I would literally just bring that brightness up a tad. And I will be cropping these all by 4x5 to post to Instagram. But I'll do that on my own time. So that's good for there. This one I loved. I know I took a photo of a homeless guy, and maybe that's not like the most polite thing to do, but I really like the way this turned out. It's a little out of focus, but with film photography, that's just a given. Like, your shots are going to be a little out of focus most times. I'm going to leave that the way it is. But yeah, then we got into the Eaton Center. I love this with the birds up here. The depth looked really freaking cool. I will bring up the exposure a tad here. And I think that's it. Maybe a bit of contrast, bring up the exposure a little bit, the shadows. And that's it. I really like keeping the natural hues and colors. So you can see this is much more on the green side. It has a green tint to it, and I really like that. I want to keep that. I don't like playing too much with the photos. You shoot it out to the photo gods, and this is what they give you. So I kind of leave it the way it is. The next shot we have here, to make sure everything's good. I like this one a lot. This is when we're at the Eaton Center. The escalator just shooting downwards. Very simple, nothing too crazy. I will bring up the exposure, maybe just a tad. It looks like it's in focus fairly well. And nothing too crazy there. The next one, this one's really nice. I like this one a lot. This is of Lewis and the landscape orientation of the mall. And it was beautiful that it's still Christmas time, or at least they kept the decor. So I will bring up the exposure a tad, maybe up 25, maybe up 30. Bring up the highlights maybe a tad, just like that. Boom. Before, after. Super simple. I might, make this a bit more on the pink side just because it does have a bit of a green tint. For this, I don't think I want it to be green. So there, that looks good. And again, off camera, I may make a few small adjustments, but pretty much this is it. Okay. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Okay. I don't know why that's out of order. That should be there first. I took this in the tunnel. Did not like this at all. There's nothing too crazy about it. There's nothing going on. I'm just going to skip that. Now we have the skating photos. Now, these were some of my favorite photos. They definitely were the hardest to get in focus because you guys got to keep in mind, like, the guy not only is jumping up vertically, he's moving horizontally. Like, it's not an automatic camera, and this just shows me I really need to practice my focus when it comes to film photography. Like, I really do. But anyways, we got this. I like this. It is definitely overexposed, so I'm going to bring that down, maybe the highlights a little down. He is out of focus for sure. I'm sure you guys are hearing some pots and pans downstairs. My mom's making food. I apologize. We're still living at, the parents' house. Not at the condo yet. I can't just do whatever. I think that's good. Bring down the exposure tad. And done. I'm actually surprised at the detail and able to kind of manipulate with this, considering they are JPEGs. I went with that instead of TIFF files or a high res file, because already with the 3 photos is around like $40. So I was like, oh yeah, that's okay. Wow, this is nice. Wow, this one's really in focus. Sick. Awesome. Now, I obviously did take a look at these beforehand, but this is like the first time I'm really editing them or dissecting them. So a bit of contrast and exposure. That's it. I like the green tint on all of these. I think I might make that a bit on the pink side, but that's pretty much it. This one not too much of a fan of. I don't think I started like spying on him initially. Like I didn't ask him right away. I just shot him, and then eventually I was like, hey, these are looking like shit. I need to ask you, can you do tricks for me? So that's what I did. So little tip for you guys, like this is probably like the highlight of the trip, like just going out and taking these photos of the skaters. So if you have to ask some people, go for it. I'm not obviously a huge street photographer, but sometimes you don't ask permission, you just shoot. And then other times do ask permission, like this. What's the worst that's going to happen? I'm saying, hey man, cool skateboarding tricks. You look awesome. Can I take a couple of photos? Who's going to say no to that? This one is way out of focus. I don't know if I'll use this. That was a big pop though. Wow. The next one, again, out of focus. Fuck, I'm sorry guys, my bad. Like I should be better at this, but again, this is only like my 4th roll of film. Still, it's got that age. I'll probably post it on Instagram. And this one, this is my favorite one. I love this. The hue, the tint to it, it's in focus, it's sharp, like it's a landscape mode. This might have been the thumbnail of the entire video. Really loved this one. I think this was like his 4th trick, his 4th go. And just ask him a few times if you're not satisfied with the shot you got, ask him for view. I don't even think I'm going to edit that. I think I'm going to leave that the way it is. The next one, this is we're at Dundas Square, so nothing too crazy there. Not really going to, I don't even think I'm going to post that, to be honest. Just brighten that up. The TikTokers, the famous TikTokers. I love this. I love this shot. It's a little out of focus, but just the genuineness, like his smile, that looks like you'd see it like in the TV show Friends or like The Breakfast Club or something, like just that squad right there. Like I love that. I don't think I'm even gonna touch that up. That's awesome. I really like the emotion you can see in there. And that's really what film photography is all about. It's just capturing the emotion, the rawness. So when you look back at that, you're just like, damn, like that looks sick. Yeah, this one's just like, look at what's going on. Lewis is so confused. He's like, why are you guys bombarding me? And this guy's face says it all. He's just like, why are we bombarding you? It was mainly all the girls. So I'll bring that exposure down a little bit. It's a little overexposed. The highlights down a little. Maybe a bit of contrast there. And that looks pretty good. I might add saturation just a bit to that. Yeah, nothing crazy. This one, they were all dancing. This is really cute. This is funny. They're all having a good time. So I was like, yo, let me get this. Again, nothing too crazy in composition, but it's just its emotion, its mood. It's cute. It's cute. So I like that. And we'll leave it there. And then to finish off the photos, I just had to kill a few. So I was in the film place, where you get them developed or scanned. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just do it here. So I did already adjust that crop, the horizon. What else? Yeah, and this one's okay. It's nothing too crazy. I just thought it was kind of cool. I might add a bit of saturation, but yeah, not too stoked on that. This one's way out of focus. I will not be using that because I remember I got another one, portrait mode. There we go. I mean, I can use it. It's nothing too crazy. They actually had a camera wall. It was just cameras, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah, fun little thing there. This was cool. This was like a wider landscape shot of it. I definitely will bring the exposure up a bit. You can tell the horizon's a little off, so let's fix that. And is that Lewis? No, that's definitely not Lewis. And yeah, we'll just bring that a little bit. Now, dehaze, let's see what this does. Whoa. Yeah, nothing too crazy. You guys do have to keep in mind though that I did get JPEG files sent, so the room for me to edit them is going to be limited. It's not like if you get a TIFF file as an example, or I believe they had a higher resolution file too. It wasn't like a RAW, but it was a higher resolution file. You're gonna have much more room to edit. But personally, I don't like to edit film photos too much. I kind of like them the way they are, even if they are a little over or underexposed. I really like this one of Lewis. It is a little out of focus, but I really like this. Lewis is just such such a Lewis photo. He's just such like a funny, typical dude. Just always like, curious and like what's going on. I might add a bit of contrast and just bump that exposure up a tad, but no, I like that the way it is. It's just it's just a funny photo. It's just Lewis. And the last one, I like this one. This is nothing too crazy, but it kind of encapsulates the store a little bit, the craziness of it. You have all these medals or keychains or camera straps up there. You have the Asian dude and Lewis and just all the lenses. It's pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that is actually it. That is the entire roll of film. I know these photos may not be the best of the best, and I apologize for that if they're not like crazy up to your standard. This is I am still fairly new to film photography, but I'm pretty stoked. I am stoked on them. I love the genuineness and the authenticity of shooting film, and that's why I'm going to continue to shoot film. So for you guys who are maybe looking into shooting film, I would say do it. Don't worry about it being perfect. Film is perfectly imperfect, and that's why it's film. That's why it's so awesome. It's okay if it's a little out of focus. It's okay if it's a little overexposed. Like, it's the memory, and then being able to share it with whoever, that's awesome as well. But for you, it's the memory end, and I'm super stoked. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope that helped. I will definitely be making more behind the scene videos like I did here, on my photo video journey and shoots and things like that. So if you guys did like it, please do give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Make sure to follow the Instagram page, David Hammond Visuals, where I will be posting essentially all of these photos, as well as I got 2 other roles developed, guys, not just downtown. Like, it's sick. I just literally, like, an hour ago, I received 76 photos, and I got my reaction. If you guys wanted to check it on my personal page, David Hammond, where I speak more of just my lifestyle. But that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys all in the next video. Keep shooting. And I will finish it on the plug, guys. If you guys are new or haven't yet, go download yourself the free photo video intro course. It's a half-an-hour course, guys, that quite a few of you have downloaded so far. So shout outs to you guys, where it takes one section out of my 6 mega courses: the outdoor photography, outdoor videography, commercial, documentary, short film, and music video course. So if you guys are interested in that, check out that free bundle course. You can get a taste of all of them, get some free value. If you want to get a course after, go for it. If not, not a big deal. And there always is photo video coaching as well, one-on-one. So that's that. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy this little composition. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Much love. Keep creating. Peace.